It is enduring since the 1920s, when people have been replaced by automation, and certainly the digital age. When people get replaced by machines, that's still an ongoing theme. The Adding Machine is a play that was written in 1923, and it's about a guy who is in a dead-end job adding figures, and he's got a nagging wife, and he is basically told that he is being replaced by a machine.
We base all the characters, all the numbered characters, off of status. Lieutenant Charles is the character that really tries to get Zero to go back to Earth and do it all over again, except a little bit worse.
Daisy is a co-worker of Mr. Zero, and she's kind of like the love interest. Our inner monologue comes out and everybody hears about how we really want to be with each other. We want to be with each other pretty much since we started working together.
It is less realistic and more about the expression or the metaphor and the emotion behind what's happening in the action of the play.
After Zero gets executed and he is in the afterlife, we meet up because once he was gone, I didn't have anything to live for. He was my one thing that was keeping me on Earth. And so we meet up in the afterlife and reminisce and finally do what we've always wanted to do.
There's numbered characters, Mr. Zero through Mr. 6 and Mrs. Zero through Mrs. 6, and each numbered character has a different characteristic. We've been working on the Adding Machine for about 6 weeks, and we're building custom pieces for just about everyone in the show. We have a lot of stuff out of stock and stuff that we buy, and we have to a lot of times alter the costumes to fit the specific people. Each character has a collar, and it does tricks, it flips up, so it's all about status and having hard edges. Daisy is one of the characters in the show, and she has this dress that is beautiful and white. So this fabric, we actually had to weave all of the ribbons through the fabric before we could construct the garment, and it also kind of does tricks. She has a line in the play where she says, "Let me just raise my skirt," and she pulls on these two little ribbons and it raises up her skirt and it reveals this beautiful other fabric underneath that reveals a whole nother side to her character.
We build everything here. We have a scene shop that is dedicated to our department where we build all of our shows. Well, this is the scene shop. This is where we build everything. And you can see it's not just real huge, but we've got enough space. Right now, everything is pretty much out on stage. There's only a few pieces left in the shop. There's the large adding machine that shows up in the show towards the end, and then there's a few little moving parts and surprises, things that sort of pop out of the set. We've kind of tried to keep it again within that realm of the, that influence of the 1920s and also within our budget. But we do have some file drawers that sort of slide out at different points and turn into graves. Well, one of the things that's different about this show is we have projections. So the top windows in the set will actually be projection surfaces. We're projecting from the rear and incorporating some really basic video. That's something that we don't do a lot of, but we're starting to do more of it. It's becoming more common in theater in general.
First of all, it's a really good play. We're telling the story, but we're telling it in a way that is living here and now on the K-State campus. There's a whimsical nature to it, especially in the production, certainly in the costume design.
It's very relevant to a lot of the stuff that's going on, especially economic things that have been going on within the world.
We want audiences to come in and enjoy the piece. The live actors are there.
It's a wonderful show. It's unlike anything that you have seen here before, if you've seen anything here before.
We're trying to, just make shows that are relevant to our culture today and that students will like. That's what we want. We want to see kids come out and support the arts, and we want to show them a side of theater that they might not have ever been exposed to, so they grow to appreciate it in the future.